Hey traders, welcome back to the channel. Today we're breaking down a step-by-step approach to trading using the concept of taking the stairs up, and we're applying a real trade example with VSEE, a stock that had a strong setup during pre-market and then it sold off down all the way down to the 200 EMA. So I'll show you how I identified the critical levels for the setup and used the flat 50 EMA as an additional crucial clue for the setup and plan for continuation to higher targets. Before we dive into today's trade, let's quickly recap where we stand in this small account challenge so far. Now remember, this is small account challenge 2.0 because we've already done one challenge already so far in this series. Today is November 26, 2024. My account balance is currently at $5,934.99 after today's trade. And in today's video, I'm going to walk you through trade number 6, which only took 32 minutes to make almost $2,000 in profit. So let's dive into the stair-step method. The idea of taking the stairs up is really simple. It's about methodologically identifying key levels that a stock needs to break and then retest for a continued move up. Think of each level as a step. If the stock doesn't hold a step, it's likely to fall back. And this keeps us disciplined in our analysis and trading. Here's what we had during pre-market today. VSEE hit a high of $2.88, showing significant momentum on that move. And then our AI scanner gave us this momentum alert in Discord. And when we get a Discord alert like this, the first thing that we do is we check levels, float, the news, price action, and try to identify the setup that we're going to need. We knew that this pre-market high would be our top resistance zone and possibly a target for today's trading session. And then if it proved the pre-market high, this level right here, as support, we would then expect continuation to the next smart target that was identified in the Discord room. But I also noticed this flat EMA level at around $2.37, which acted as a critical support resistance level that the stock would need to reclaim for continuation. So my plan was simple. We would wait for the stock to build above $2.37 and confirm strength for the target of $2.88. And then we would look for that Discord target of $3.37. Each of these levels acted as steps in the stairway to higher prices. So let's look at how the trade unfolded. So you can see during pre-market, price sold down to the 200 EMA, and the volume was low during this selling, all through pre-market. Then at opening bell, VSEE reclaimed the 200 EMA with volume building. This told me that buyers were stepping in. And once it broke that $2.37, then followed by a pullback to the 200 EMA trailing stop line, I waited for the algo buy signal, which is this green arrow on the chart. Why in this case is that green arrow valid? Well, because buyer volume was more than double the seller volume on this pullback here. And guys, that's an important clue to watch for when confirming your entry on a pullback. We had higher buyer volume than the seller volume on this pullback. So I entered the trade at 7:58 a.m. my time at $2.36. And I initially used this high wick over here on the low sell-off candle. I used that as my stop loss, which was at $2.33. I then used the 20 EMA as my trailing stop. And visually, I'd used these levels as the stairs as my overall trend guide to confirm continuation or exhaustion. So that's these horizontal dashed lines and the solid horizontal white lines. The stock chopped around after breaking $2.37, and then it quickly hit this $2.88 level that we would use as stairs. Then it pulled back to that 237 level as support. Then it pushed onto the $3.37 target at 8:14. And that's when it hit the target for the first time. Now, for those of you who have been following my small account challenge series, you know that I look for price stalling at my targets. And I really didn't see the telltale price stalling pattern here. Not on that first time hit of that $3.37 target. This is where the stairs come in, and they help provide support as we look for either continuation through a target or for proving targets as resistance. Now, remember, because I'm currently in the small account challenge and I can only take one trade each day, I stayed with the trade through that $2.88 target and watched to make sure it would hold onto the 20 EMA on the pullbacks. And between and 8:22 a.m., it held the 20 EMA. Then it pushed onward again to that $3.37 target again. This was the second test of that $3.37. Now, this is really important. And as you know, I generally look for this sort of price action, this stalling right at my target. And usually we'll get multiple tests of a target, with the subsequent test showing lower buyer volume than the previous test. So whenever you get this sort of price action, you can expect a reversal soon. Now, on the first test of $3.37, there was over 2 million shares traded per minute. The second test, there was around 1.7 million shares traded on that minute candle. So that was lower buyer volume, and that's my signal to try to sell at as close to the $3.37 target as I could. And so I did. I sold all 1,745 shares, locking in a profit. And most of those shares, my average was around $3.40. So I was able to lock in a profit of $1,814.80 in just 32 minutes. So here's why this trade worked out so well. Key levels matter. By using that $2.37 and $2.55 and $2.88 as steps, I stayed focused on the levels that the stock needed to conquer in order to reach the SMART target of $3.37, which was identified in the Discord channel for us. And again, this flat EMA over here gave me confidence that $2.37, it would be a meaningful resistance level. Once the stock built above that level, I knew the breakout had weight. Planning step-by-step targets using the stairs up strategy kept me disciplined, and I avoided chasing the move. It also helped me lock in profits at $3.37. And because I looked for the stalling pattern at my target, followed by lower buyer volume on subsequent tests of that target, I knew reversal was imminent. So I was able to exit at the target at that second test. And by the time that dramatic reversal hit, I was already safely out of the trade with my profits locked in at the high of the day, or at least very close to the high. And here's the thing, guys, reversals almost never, ever come out of the blue. Price action does give warnings ahead of time. And that's the whole reason I'm doing this small account challenge for you guys, is to give you these important tips. If you're finding that reversals and breakouts are coming completely out of the blue and are a total surprise to you when they occur without giving you prior notice or warnings, then you're not paying attention to price action. Charts are amazing, and they always tell you what they want and what they're about to do in the future. So that's it for today's breakdown. VSEE was a textbook example of how to plan and execute trades using the stairs up method. Now it's your turn to try to find stocks with clear levels and apply this approach. Let me know how it works out for you in the comments below. And if you found this helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel for more tips, strategies, and education in this ongoing series. Drop a comment below if you have any questions about today's trade or want to share your own experience in a small account trading challenge. And if you're serious about learning more and becoming a more profitable trader and taking your skills to the next level, join my mentoring program at MomentumStockTraders.com. There we dive deep into strategies, setups, tools, and you even get full access to the scanners, news, and the Discord channel to help you reach your profit goals. Happy trading, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, trade smart, disciplined, and keep climbing those stairs.